don't understand the fact that they have really been dumping on you. They just think, hey, this is what you do.
Good morning, Cancer. This is Bonnie Morris, and that's Don Rumer Rivera, and we are together, Cards and Constellations. We give you the energy for the week. This week is June 9th through the 15th. Now, let's get started with a little bit on the moon. The moon is working with you when it comes to learning lessons and trying not to get your feelings too hurt. But we also have Neptune in there. Neptune is illusion, confusion, and delusion. So don't be deluded with what you're seeing. Look through that fog. Don't jump to any conclusions. Now, the moon is also opposite Uranus at some point. Uranus is sitting in Taurus, which is very grounded, all about home and family. And Venus rules Taurus. So we have Taurus ruling over Uranus, and they're pulling at the moon. So got to be kind of careful of those feelings. Holy mackerel, Cancer, this is a romantic week. Lots of talk about feelings and romance. Mercury, Venus, and the moon are just working overtime. And every now and then, Jupiter jumps in to accentuate something. Be careful midweek to clarify any communication and be very clear with your words. Sometimes the lines of communication can get crossed or become blurred. Be careful, Uranus is active. If you are wanting to find a partner, you may need to be willing to open up. On the weekend again, more emphasis on emotion, communication, and actions. Be careful. You don't want to always act on your emotions, Cancer. Don, what do you have for Cancer?
Let's see what we got for Cancer this week. The one thing that's interesting, Bonnie, as soon as we pulled up the screen to get rolling, I felt a lot of anxiety with Cancer. So Cancer, I feel like this is a heavy week for you, and I don't know what is going on in your life, of course, but I will tell you what, you need a staycation, you need a break, you need to get away. And if you haven't planned one, if you're not on one already, you need to plan one, and you need it very soon, because I feel like you're carrying a lot of load, a lot of burden for a lot of folks, and it's time for you to stop carrying their water. It's their problem. Let them handle it. I know you want to take care of it. I know you want to fix it. I know you want to be the fixer and make sure that you're in the center of it all. But this is not the time to do this, because I think this is affecting your health. I'm feeling a whole lot of pressure on the shoulders, a lot of pressure here. And again, it's taking too much. You're taking too much on, and you need to find a way to release it. So Cancer, if I were you, I would be looking at, again, a staycation or a vacation or something where I'm getting away. I'd also turn that darn phone off. I'd make sure that people cannot find me, cannot track me down, and cannot bring their mess to me, because people have become, you've allowed this to happen. Cancer, you have allowed your boundaries to be destroyed, not just violated, but destroyed. And you need to, for self-help and for self-care, you need to start instituting boundaries, Cancer. You need to set a boundary and say, I need you not to do this any longer. Or even if you need the feeling like, okay, down the road, I'll do this again, say, for a while, I need you to not bring your problems to me, because I feel this is not healthy for me. So for a while, can we agree to this? Make sure that you're not making them feel like they're dumping on you, or that you're attacking them. That's not what this is about. This is a boundary that's saying, I appreciate and respect that you're in my life, but I need less of you in my life for a little while, or I need less of your drama. So again, go with this, set a boundary, and then make sure that you hold that boundary strong. So when somebody comes in and they cross the boundary, you remind them, we've had this conversation. I need you to respect my boundary. Again, you're not attacking them. You're just reminding them of something they may have forgotten. So Cancer, let's institute some boundaries, because right now I'm feeling like you need it. You need it. Let's see what the cards are saying. Oh my goodness. Look at this. There's that negative energy. It's that devil energy, that it's like a five energy. And that's see the 5 points, and fives in tarot generally are rough. And so when I see this here, the devil card, I always think of it as a five because it's a messy card. Fives are the internal struggle. Fives are the battling externally. Fives are a lot of things going on. Fives are the wondering what's better over there versus here. So every time I see a devil card, and this is a stronger one because it's the major arcana. So again, it comes back to that energy. Don't allow yourself to become that negative person because you're absorbing all this energy. You have to stand up and in a positive, affirming way, say, hey, I got boundaries. Don't cross my boundaries. And when you do, again, you set the boundaries, then you follow the boundaries. You make sure that people listen to your boundaries. Make sure that they don't cross them. And when they do, again, you remind them, okay? It's interesting because you're going to get confirmation that you're doing the right thing. This is the news coming in that says it's working. This is that page of wands. So this is the work card. So it's saying that the work that you're putting in and putting out those boundaries and in talking about self-care, it's working. So by the end of the week, once you put those boundaries in and once you planned your vacation, your staycation, your little getaway, your weekend escape, whatever it is, you're going to see that it worked because you're going to get the instant feedback and people are going to appreciate that, and it's going to make you happier at home and happier with your family because you're not now irritated with your family. The thing is, you get irritated with your family because you've allowed it to happen and you've allowed them to do the things they did, and they don't understand the fact that they have really been dumping on you. They just think, hey, this is what you do. And so again, we train them and then everybody's happy. Nobody's upset. And again, this is going to be a learning process. So know that this is not a one-off situation. Look at the rest of the things in your life. Create boundaries around a number of things. And in so doing, again, you're going to create a happy home. Okay? That's what I got, Ms. Bonnie.
Well, it sounds like Saturn is a whole lot bigger in this reading than it was in the others. It does square a lot of planets throughout the week. And squares, like I said, are difficult, sometimes very much learning. So yeah, you need to respect others' boundaries.
Yeah, and it's easier, and I believe me, I understand it's easier said than done. I totally get that because sometimes it's hard, especially when we subconsciously enjoy being the person people come to, the person people reach out to. But there are times where self-care is so much more important. And if you miss the boat on self-care and then you can't take care of yourself, then how can you help others? Because if you're not whole and healthy, then you can't help them. So think about even if you want to not do it for you, do it for them. Because if you're out of commission, then you can't be helping them. So do it for them in that sense if you have to do it that way. But the reality is in this moment, you need to be thinking about yourself and doing it for you. But whatever it takes to make you set the boundaries, get it done.
Well, in the middle of the week, Jupiter moves into Cancer. So that can disturb that energy. And it, at the same time, is squaring Saturn. So making those lessons and responsibilities a whole lot bigger.
I love it. I love it. I love when the tarot and the astrology meet and they become friends. That's a nice thing. With that said, folks, we're the only folks on the net doing the astrology and tarot combination. So show us some love. Hit that like, share, subscribe, and follow button. Additionally, share it out to other folks so they can enjoy the conversation as well. And more importantly, learn the lessons, because this is a lesson that a lot of folks apparently need to learn. Until next week, love, light, and blessings. This is Don and Bonnie with Cards and Constellations. Again, have a great one. Bye-bye.